Hello everyone. So today I'm going to implement the limits for this inventory. So as you can see here in the inventory, in total we have only 6 slots available. So if I try to collect items more than 6, we will get the message like inventory full. So I can collect 1. See, we get the message inventory full. So that's the part I'm going to implement today. And this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for your support. Right, so as of the moment, I haven't really implemented any limits for the inventory or capacity. So because of that, I can collect as much as I want without any limit. See? And as a result, you can see some of these items are getting overlapped, and also when I exit the game I get some errors. So that's because of not having a limit, and I'm trying to put items and which is more than the capacity of the widgets that we have the space for. So yeah, let's first clear up what we already have in the inventory, and then let's introduce limits for the inventory. Right, first let's look at the code and item widgets. First, to prevent the error, so here what happens is we have more items than the size of the widgets, item widgets, that means the slots. So here I'll add a branch to check if this one is less than, this index is less than the length, sorry, here the length of widgets. If it is true, we can initialize the item, otherwise we will have to ignore it because we don't have any more space. But still we can collect. See, now no more overlaps are happening, but still we can collect. So if I exit, we don't have that error anymore. Right, now let's how to fix this. Let's implement the limits. So what needs to happen is, if I try to collect some apple or something else, and a warning should pop up like inventory full or something. Okay, so in the inventory, let's first go to the place where we load the saved data. It should be in game instance. Yeah, load game. Okay, now when we load, let's open the save game state save object. Here I'll add a new variable. Let's call it inventory size. It should be a boolean. So initially the size should be 1 2 3 4 12. So I'll set it as 12. right. So right now that we have this wait when we load inventory items, now let's also go to the place that we, oh, it's in the player character where we read the items into the inventory. Where do we use this? We do it here, right? So we have already, I have already designed this boolean value for that. Okay, and now let's also open the inventory also. Here I'll add another variable. Let's clear what we already have in the inventory for now. When we save the game, because I need to clear up all the extra items in order to introduce the limit first, because so everything is already saved. So we can do it right here. Get the items and clear. Now we shouldn't have anything. See, now we don't have anything. Now I'll go back and sleep so that I can remove that temporary clearing part from the code, and I can stand up. I can load the game with the blank inventory. Actually these two things, rabbit meat and water, those are for testing, because otherwise I will only have fruit. So I'll leave that part for now. See, now I have that too. Now I'll go back here and sleep. So then I have saved those rabbit, that meat and the water into the save game. So now that I can get rid of those two as well. So let's put them aside. We don't need any of the dummy data anymore. Everything will be loaded from the save file. See, now even without that part we don't have it. Cool. Right, now when we add to the inventory, oh, now we need to know the size of the inventory. So yeah, from the save data, so when I initialize the character, first I'll define a variable inventory size. It should be an integer. So yeah, this was also there, but it originally should come from the inventory itself. Size 12. Oh, wait a minute. Why don't we make it less? Let's say 6. But we already have 12 saved into the save file. So even if I make it 6 here, okay, let's leave it like this, and let's when I save the game, let's get the inventory size from the inventory blueprint. Oh, where do we save? Here, and the bed. Here we save game. Oh, it is in the game instance. Right. What we do is we get the game state. Get character properties into game state. Okay, so in the function where we get character properties, we can set inventory size. From the inventory blueprint, like this, and set it into the save file. Now when I load the game, that means here when I initialize, I'm not setting the inventory size variable yet, because the default value there will be 12, because that's the variable I had here before. Right, now let's save once again. Game saved. Okay, now we should have 6 as the inventory size in the blueprint. Now when I initialize, we can set inventory size. From the save data file. Right. Now let's do a print here just to make sure that we get the correct value. Let's append inventory size. Six. See? Alright, the correct value is saved now. Okay, we don't need this print anymore. We shouldn't leave them, because later on we tend to forget where did I put prints, and we get a lot of unnecessary messages here, which makes things harder to debug and unpleasant. Alright, now we can go back to imposing the limits. Here, add to inventory. Here. Okay, now when we try to add an item to the inventory, we can first check the length no, the length of the items. If this is less than the inventory size, we can add it, otherwise we can't add it. If this condition is true, that means we have more space in the inventory, so we can collect that item, otherwise return false, saying we can't add it anymore. So we should pop something like inventory full. Or we can right now, if false is returned, nothing will happen here. So we can pop up something like inventory full, or we can when the player collide with this box, overlap with this box, here we can in the interactable object, in this event when we start interaction, here we can check if we have enough space, so we can prevent popping up the message press E to collect. Instead of, we can pop up something like inventory full, but I'll leave that for later. So here, how did I popped up a message? Yeah, we have already defined get HUD. No, get player HUD. Oh wait, I don't remember the function. Alright, first we need to get the player controller. Right, now we can call show instruction. Let's wait for 2 seconds. Inventory full. Right, now let's see, we have only 2 items now, so we should be able to collect 4 more items. See, inventory full when I try to collect. Okay, that's exactly what I needed. So we have only 6 items. So also, what if we kind of gray out these unavailable slots, so as we make progress in the game we can upgrade the inventory, then these additional slots will appear. Okay, let's see how to do that. In the widget inventory, where do we define this? Right here, first index 0, last index is 3. Okay, so how should we do this? No, let's not do that here. Right here, Okay, we have the character inventory, and we can get inventory size. Right, let's test this. See, now we don't have we have only 6 slots available in the inventory, 6 slots visible in the inventory, others are not visible. So yeah, so we can stop this episode right here. And also I didn't consider any of the constraints like the size of these fruits, so weight of the fruits or the items, because I wanted to keep this as simple as possible. So yeah, so let's stop it right here. And as always, project files will be available for the download through Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. So thanks for watching. See you in another episode. Goodbye.